Hi everyone. Today in this introductory lecture, we are going to study what is biology, what are various branches of biology. Then we would move on to the study of various anatomical sections and the terminology related to them. So, what is biology? Biology is basically the study of biological beings or living beings with a scientific method. That is, it is the study that examines the structure, function, growth, origin, evolution, and distribution of living things on planet Earth. So, here we have various branches of biology. First of all, we have botany, in which we study plants, zoology, in which we study animals. Then we have biotechnology. So, biotechnology is the use of scientific methods to alter the genome of an organism for commercial benefits. In biotechnology, we change the genetic constitution of an organism for our benefit. Then we have genetics. Genetics is basically the study of mechanism responsible for the inheritance of characters and variations from one generation, that is the parental generation, to the other generation, that is the offspring. Microbiology is the study of microorganisms. Paleontology is the study of fossils. Virology is the study of viruses. Ecology, it's an interesting branch of biology which deals with the study of interaction between the biotic and the abiotic factors of environment. Now, biota means living organisms like fungi, microorganisms, plants, animals, while abiota is the non-living component of the environment, which includes water, soil, temperature, light, etc. Moving on to cell biology. Cell biology is the study of life history of cell, that is, its structure, its function, its evolution, and its reproduction. Evolution, if we talk about, so evolution is the study of existence and descent with modification of life, how life came into existence on this planet, how it achieved such a great diversity, that is included in evolution. So taxonomy is basically the branch of biology which deals with classification of organisms. We have approximately 1.7 million organisms on this earth that have been documented so far, and an estimate of 7 million organisms. So taxonomy and systematics are the branches which deal with classification of these organisms. Morphology. Morphology is basically the study of external structure of an organism, while anatomy is the study of internal structure of an organism. Now, there is a difference between morphology and anatomy. If we dissect a body, we are going to study the internal structure of an organism. That is, we cut a body using a scalpel or some dissecting tool, then we call it anatomy. While if we have an intact body, we are just going to study the external structures, that is morphology. Physiology deals with the study of functions of body and its organs. Histology. Now, histology is the study of tissue or the study of a particular organ at its tissue level. That's called histology. Then comes cytology. Cytology is the study of structure and function of a cell. Do not confuse it with cell biology. Cell biology includes the study of life history of cell, its evolution, reproduction along with structure and function, while cytology will include only the study of structure and function of a cell. So cell biology is a wider term while cell cytology is a smaller term. Embryology. So embryology is the study of various developmental stages of an embryo. Molecular biology. Molecular biology is the study of life at molecular level. Now here we have some honorable mentions. Father of biology and also the father of zoology is Aristotle. Father of botany is Theophrastus. Father of taxonomy is Linnaeus, and father of medicine is Hippocrates. Father of bacteriology is Robert Koch. Father of microbiology is Louis Pasteur. Father of genetics is Gregor John Mendel. Father of experimental genetics is Morgan. Father of antibiotics is Alexander Fleming, who created penicillin. Father of immunology is Edward Jenner, who created first vaccine. Father of mutations is Hugo de Vries, who also gave the mutation theory of evolution, while father of surgery is Sushruta. These honorable mentions you have to memorize. Now we come on to anatomical sections and the terminology concerned with the anatomical sections. So as we discussed earlier, in anatomy we are going to study the internal structure, so we'll have to dissect a body, we'll have to cut a body. Now there are various methods we are going to cut a body. So first of all, we can dissect a body either perpendicular to the main axis of the body. That section perpendicular to the main axis of the body is called a TS, that is a transverse section. While if we cut the body parallel to the main axis of the body, then it is called a longitudinal section or an LS. The transverse section cuts the body either into cranial and caudal parts or into proximal and distal parts. Now, when to use cranial and caudal terminology and when to use proximal and distal terminology? We use cranial and caudal terminology when we dissect the main trunk or the main body parts, while if we dissect the limbs, then we use proximal and distal terminology. Now, cranial means towards the head, caudal means towards the tail. While proximal and distal is used, proximal means towards the origin of the particular organ, and distal means away from the origin of the particular organ. Longitudinal section or LS can further be of two types. One is the sagittal section, which is going to divide the body into left and the right parts, while a coronal section divides the body into the ventral and the dorsal part. Regarding the sagittal section, we use the terminology medial and lateral. We use medial term when we want to say that something is near to the axis, and we use a lateral term when we want to say that something is away from the axis of the body. Similarly, regarding the coronal section, we use the term dorsal and the ventral. So dorsal part is the one which faces away from the ground, and ventral part of the body is one which faces towards the ground. Let's have a detailed look on it via a diagram. In this diagram, the red line represents the main axis of the body. The section which is perpendicular to the main axis of the body is the transverse section, while the two sections which are parallel to the main axis of the body are the sagittal and the coronal section. As I told earlier, the transverse section divides the body into the cranial part that contains the head and the caudal part that contains the tail, while the sagittal section divides the body into left and the right part. The coronal section divides the body into the ventral and the dorsal surface. If we take the look at this diagram of the dog, the dorsal surface is one which is away from the ground, and the ventral surface of the dog is one which is towards the ground. Similarly, for humans, the back is called the dorsal surface while the front is called the ventral surface. Now if we take a look at the hind limbs of this dog, the part of the leg which is towards the head is the cranial part, while the part of the leg which is away from the head or towards the tail is the caudal surface of the leg. Now let me clarify one thing, that for plants and animals, in most of the cases the dorsal surface is one which is away from the ground and the ventral surface is one which is facing the ground. However, there is one exception. In case of leaves, the surface facing the sun is the ventral surface, while the surface facing the ground is the dorsal surface. Here we have another diagram to visualize the things more easily. As you can see in this diagram, the tail of the dog represents two surfaces. The surface which is facing the ground is the ventral surface, while the surface which is away from the ground is the dorsal surface. Similarly, in the main trunk, you can see the ventral surface is one which is facing the ground, while the dorsal surface is one which is away from the ground. Now if we take a look at the forelimb of the dog, this is the origin of the limb. So if we want to say that some tissue is present towards the origin, we use the term proximal. Again, in this limb you can see the surface towards the head is termed as the cranial surface, and the surface towards the tail or away from the head is termed as the caudal surface of the limb. The red line represents the main axis of the body. In the dorsal planes, if we want to say some tissue is present towards the axis, we use the term medial, and if we want to say that some tissue is present away from the axis, we use the term lateral. So at last, I hope the lecture was helpful for all of you. Thank you.